Welcome to Montez at the midday. High fives, chest bumping. Let me see them shoulders shake. Let me see him shake. Let me see him shake. Wow, what a week it has been. Had a lot of fun on this past week. A lot of fun. I want to thank everyone for the wonderful birthday wishes yesterday. I turned 50 years old yesterday, and thank you all for the birthday wishes. Now, turned out to be a day that I didn't expect, didn't plan, but I had a wonderful, magnificent birthday celebration yesterday. I don't care what nobody says. You can't plan how things go out anymore. You just got to roll with the punches. I haven't made plans in a long time at all. I haven't made plans in a while, but yesterday definitely was not in the playbook, as I actually did not leave. Uh-oh, I wasn't ready for that thunder. Uh-oh. Welcome home, Dre. I wasn't doing that in Vegas. But I actually didn't make any plans yesterday at all. I was just going to roll with the punches. And I rested yesterday. I sat here, watched movies, played video games, got caught up on my TV shows that I watch on a regular basis. Lovecraft Country. Finally saw the season finale. I'm not going to spoil it because I know a lot of people don't watch it every week. They're watching it when they can. What the hell making y'all so busy you can't catch up on the show already? I mean, damn, come on now. It ain't like it's 4 seasons in. It's one damn season. You should already be caught up with the damn show. But anywho, and I played the video game yesterday. I played a lot of Madden yesterday online, but I did not leave my place yesterday. I did not. If you'd have told me 2 years ago, like I watched the video today, thank you, Facebook, on my 48th birthday, as it shared that and what I said when I lived in Soulard, what I wanted to do for my 50th birthday. I wanted to rent out a hall, do something really, really spectacular, but I did not. I mean, due to coronavirus and due to the adjustments and due to the whole situation. So yesterday was unplanned, unscripted, but I had a blast. I had a blast yesterday. I mean, again, I did not leave my house yesterday. I didn't even go outside. Once my father picked me up at the airport, I got in his house. I didn't budge. But I had a wonderful time. I really did. And thank you all so much again for the birthday wishes, the phone calls. I had 2 emails as well. So thank you to those people that sent the emails and the text messages and the instant messages and posting on my page. I really, really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. But I had a blast, and I'll tell you all about that in a little while. But I still paid attention to my sports when I was gone and got caught up in how sports is looked at out on the left coast or the west coast. It's looked at totally different than here. I think living in the South and being from the Midwest and traveling, sports is looked at differently in different parts of the United States, depending on what region that you're in. And that's okay with me. It's fine. It's just fun getting a different view of my passion, that is sports. So without that being said, too much more about sports. Last night football game between the Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Football Giants was probably not a game I really would have told anyone to watch. I mean, who cares who won that damn game? It's pathetic what's going on in NFC East, or at least whatever you want to call it. But when Daniel Jones was about to run in for one of the longest touchdowns ever for a quarterback, I do believe, something happened. We make fun of this all the time when I used to play softball, when people just fall for no reason. They trip over imaginary bricks or rocks or just something. They just fall for no damn reason. My daughter did that when she was a child. She would just fall for no reason at all. There would just be nothing in the way, but she would just fall. And Daniel Jones had me laughing for like a half an hour last night when I saw that. I mean, did a sniper get him? I mean, it was hilarious what I saw last night. And then the way they lost that game because of a first-round draft pick receiver dropped a pass any of us could have caught. I mean, who's to blame for that? I talked about this a few weeks ago about the drops in the NFL from these high-profile players that are first-round draft picks, that are superstars, that are selling jerseys across the country. But when it comes to the simple catch, not across the middle, not a button hook without you knowing about it, not in the middle of 85 defenders, but you by yourself have the ability to catch the ball using both hands is not being done in the NFL this year. And a couple of high-profile colleges as well been dropping some easy balls this year. I don't get it. I would love to hear from that receiver what he had to say to his team, the media, and most important of all, his quarterback. This is beyond my bad. They could have won the game. Not saying I'm rooting for the New York Football Giants or the Philadelphia Eagles, but when games are like that and you seeing the drama about to unfold, it's like watching Lifetime without yelling, "Girl, don't let him in the house. He gonna kill you." They can't hear us. No matter what we do or how we try to say it, they cannot hear us at all. So we got the NFL, got college football this weekend, of course. College football top 10 has changed a little bit. It's changed just a little bit, just a little bit. We got Clemson, Alabama, Notre Dame, Georgia, The Ohio State, Oklahoma State, Texas A&M, Penn State, Cincinnati, and Florida is rounding out the top 10 in college football. Florida is off this week. We were supposed to have a big game, but they pushed it back. We come back on Halloween against Mizzou. We come back against them. So that right there is the college football breakdown. This is what I love to do. I love to watch college football. I think I'm a 18-year-old kid on a college campus every fucking Saturday. I wish I had an RV. I wish I had access to an RV because I would tailgate at an RV every damn Saturday. But these are 3 games in college football that I'm going to pay attention to for obvious reasons. Nebraska is taking on The Ohio State. Listen. I was a Cornhusker fan before I was a Florida fan. When Mr. Tom Osborne was there. When they had Eric Couch and they had Tommy Frazier. Who could have went to the NFL, would have done some amazing things in the NFL, but he had a blood clot, couldn't get through the physical part of the whole process of getting to the NFL. So Tommy Frazier just never made it to the NFL, but he was a hell of a damn collegiate quarterback at Nebraska, them Cornhuskers. Yeah, buddy, the black shirts in the building, the days of Grant Winstrom, those boys. Yeah, the Peter brothers. Yeah. Can Scott Frost bring that back? I know it's been a failed attempt so far, but maybe they need a game like this. Playing against a high-powered school and offense like this and program at The Ohio State. I'm going to see what Nebraska can do with this. I'm not picking a winner in this at all, but this is a game I'm really going to pay attention to. Alabama and Tennessee means different things to me. Bama has been road dogging people for years and years and years. But there's something off this year with Alabama. They're giving up a lot on that defense, a whole lot. Now, I don't know what Coach Saban has done, whether it's been a Zoom, whether it's been in person, whether it's been by email, text message, or whatever. His message has to get across. This is not Alabama typical defensive football. Will they wake up? Tennessee has kind of spoiled themselves a little bit. They've had a little fun with this offensive scheme they've been running, and maybe this could throw some hairs or triggers in Bama's defense, all the yards they've been giving up in this early collegiate football season. But I've been to Tennessee. I've been to Knoxville. I've been to that stadium. That's a lot of fucking people. I wish they could let everybody in that stadium because it would be loud as hell. And the third game I'm going to watch, Michigan and Minnesota. Minnesota impresses me due to the fact that Coach Pat of St. Louis Pressure AAU team, his son went there. He went to Minnesota. And what Minnesota has done with their athletic program has impressed me up there with Central Florida type shit going on with what they've done behind the scenes of the accommodation for today's collegiate athlete. It's just plush what they got going up there in Minnesota. But they're picking on Michigan. Mr. Khaki Pants himself. Yeah, buddy. We're going to see how this works out there. So those are the 3 games I have on tap tomorrow that I'm going to pay attention to. Nebraska at The Ohio State, Alabama at Tennessee, Michigan at Minnesota. Them Gophers, baby. Them Gophers. So it should be a lot of fun. Saturday night, late Sports Center should be a lot of fun. If you gamble, it's really fun to watch Scott Van Pelt late on Saturdays. Stay hydrated, kids. Stay hydrated. All right. And then Sunday, We have the granddaddy of them all, the NFL, and nothing but the NFL. There's certain matchups we see on the NFL schedule early in the year. We kind of think what it could be if everything goes the right way, if people stay healthy, if they add this player, or if they start this guy instead of the other guy. You hear those type of conversations right there. So, this Pittsburgh-Tennessee game. See, I think it was in 2008 when Tennessee played Pittsburgh down in Nashville. And I think Tennessee had a little fun beating the hell out of Pittsburgh. They had a little fun with the dirty towel. A couple of the players blew their nose with it, stepped on it on the sideline. It was embarrassing. It was awful. I think Big Ben remembers that. I think the Steelers family remembers that. I think the Steeler fans remember this. And they're going back there again. I know there's been a time adjustment on this game, but this is probably going to be a fun game to watch because of Derrick Henry and what Ryan Tannehill has had the ability to do being a quarterback. I know Russell Wilson is the talk and conversation about MVP. Aaron Rodgers was until after last week. But Tannehill, if he goes out there and have a 4-touchdown game and no picks, he could be in that conversation of MVP because of what that team has learned to do. They've learned to use the attributes. They've learned to trust in the attributes, not the analytics, but the attributes of what each player can bring to the table on the offensive side, the defensive side, and the special team side as well. Now, Pittsburgh is Pittsburgh. There's no steel curtain defense no more. There's no Troy Polamalu back there anymore. None of that. The bus not running the ball. Big Ben is pumping these boys up. He's slender. He believes in the man upstairs now. I think he's a faithful husband now again for the first time ever. So things are happening in a good way for the Pittsburgh Steelers and Big Ben Roethlisberger. But I got Tennessee winning this game in a close one. I got Tennessee winning that game. Carolina at the Saints. Oh, you think Teddy Bridgewater got something up his sleeve? You think he has any animosity towards the Saints at all? At all. Drew Brees, I still think he's hurt. I still think Drew Brees turned 50 in the middle of the season. In the middle of a damn game, Drew Brees got old. He can't throw the ball. He has not thrown the ball to me past 12 yards. It's been the yards after the catch. That's why everybody think, oh, Drew still got it. I don't know. I don't know. That zip not there. It's not there. Something's off. But when old age catch up with you, it's time to exit stage left. I don't want Drew to retire in the middle of the season. I don't want him to get Fitzpatrick. None of that shit. But Drew Brees is not the same as he was 2 games ago. Hell, the first game of the season, not the same Drew Brees. Teddy B and the Panthers. As I used to live in Charlotte, North Carolina. I don't know, Teddy B, I know they run the same offense they did with Cam Newton. Why did they get rid of Cam Newton? Nobody knows. If they're going to run the same thing, if you get rid of a Cadillac and you tell everybody going to get you another car and you go out and get the same damn Cadillac, we're going to say to ourselves, why didn't you keep the other Cadillac? That's what's going on there. I got the Panthers beating the Saints in a blowout. I got the feeling they're going to blow them out. And I know they're playing in New Orleans. I know that crowd down there is different. But so is Carolina. Green Bay at Houston. Which Aaron Rodgers is going to show up? The one that's still mad at his team for letting them get beat the hell up like that by Tampa Bay? Every play you looked up, Aaron Rodgers was on the ground. It was like in Wedding Crashers. You know how Vince Vaughn's brother was always on the ground when they were playing golf out there with the people, playing tackle football with the people out there. He said, hey, your brother's on the ground again. Again? Aaron Rodgers stayed on the ground. He could be a little shell shock on this game. Could this be the game he come out of his shell and exposed us to Aaron Rodgers that we're used to fucking seeing? Romeo Crennel is running the helm of the Houston Texans. The oldest man in football is coaching. That's somebody's grandfather, great uncle, great-great-grandfather is coaching the NFL team. Yeah, that's a damn shame. but they're listening to him. They're listening. Maybe they got the football whisperer out there, but this could be the game that the Houston Texans need to say, hey, we can replenish the season. I got the Houston Texans winning this one. I got the Houston Texans winning this one. Tampa, Tom Brady taking on the Raiders, the Vegas Raiders. Which Tom Brady going to show up? The one that shakes your hand out the game, or the one that's going to walk to the locker room and say, I don't really know that dude? Which one? Is Gronk finally going to play a whole game and get involved during the game? We're going to hear about another unknown player with Tampa that's stepping up. Or with that Tampa Bay offensive line, let Tom Brady down again. It's going to be one. I got the Raiders winning this one if the right Raiders team show up. And after visiting the Death Star, where the Raiders play at, the place is amazing. It's huge. It looks like so many things. It looks like a time capsule. It looks like an unveiling of a futuristic television. It looks like a hotel of some sort. It doesn't look like a typical NFL stadium. Hell, nothing looks typical in 2020. But I got the Raiders winning this one, the Vegas Raiders. Seattle and Arizona. Two quarterbacks that kind of favor each other, but the style of play and the way they run, especially Russell Wilson early in his NFL career coming out of NC State. And Kyler Murray doing his thing out there. He makes it look so easy, effortless. I think he only sweats when he put his headband on and take his headband off. I want to know, is that homage to Jimi Hendrix? I want to know that. Why does he wear a headband like that? Because he's rocking that damn thing. He's getting the issue off. But the defensive side of this, Seattle lets us down on defense, lets us down. They're not the same Legion of Boom that they were years ago. I got Arizona winning this one. I do. I got Arizona winning this game due to the lack of defense that Seattle has. They don't have it anymore. It's just gone. They have to win the game with Russell alone. And he's going to get tired because he's always cooking. But it's going to be a fun game to watch. Fun game to watch. San Fran at the Patriots. I think the only reason I want to watch this game, I don't believe in San Fran. How is Jimmy G playing that hurt? He shouldn't be on the field. His leg that bad. Why is he quarterbacking? So if they don't make it to the playoffs or make it to the Super Bowl or win the Super Bowl, and Jimmy G in the offseason, it's going to come up, why was he still playing if he was hurt? I guess that's the heart of a champion right there. The Patriots and Cam Newton need this game. Cam said he's not been playing good. He's not been playing well. I like when athletes get real with themselves and have that Rocky Balboa moment and look in the mirror and tell themselves the truth. And Cam Newton just had that Rocky Balboa moment. He had to tell himself the truth. I have not been playing well. So I got to step my game up. And I believe in Cam. Oh, Cam. I got Cam beating San Fran. Sorry, Walt, Man Cave member and San Fran fan. So those are my NFL picks, NFL games I'm going to focus on. Again, that was for pure entertainment. Don't gamble. Don't bet. All right. Can we talk about this Ryan Fitzpatrick thing real quick? You know, as a child and a product of the 70s, sports was viewed differently as today youth sports are. And when you get in high school and when you get beyond high school, you get to play in intramural sports. And then when you become a grown person, you get into adult leagues out there. And then you become a fan of sports, watching fans. You figure out there's a right way to do things. There's a wrong way to do things. And then you end up questioning things. I am the kid, the guy, the man that always questions moves when everything is going right. There was nothing wrong with Miami. Nothing wrong. They won the games they should have won, and they lost the games they should have lost. To me, it wasn't due to the quarterback. It wasn't due to the defense. Just they got outplayed. That happens sometimes. Sometimes you get outplayed. Sometimes a team beats you. You try to fix it in the parking lot. You try to fix it in the locker room. You try to fix it on the drive home. You try to fix it at home. But when it all comes said and done, numbers don't lie. But the only thing that really matters in the NFL are these two letters right here in the alphabet, the W and the L, wins and losses. but they're bringing up this shit called analytics, and it's really bothering me the way the NFL is overusing the term, the phrase, and the damn technique. But Ryan Fitzpatrick, he's been a journeyman in the NFL. He's that guy you can always count on to show up with the napkins and the ice, the most important things at a cookout that we usually run out of quickly. But that guy there is going to bring it no matter what. He's going to be the guy that brings it all the time. He's that guy that's not going to leave you at the club. He's not going to be fucked up. He's going to be right there waiting on you. I saw you, buddy. Not going to let you go home alone like that. I got you. I'm going to drop you off. That's Ryan Fitzpatrick. And the way they just gave the keys to Tua, I'm not cool with that. I'm not saying I don't believe in Tua. Shaka. Shout out to Hawaii. 808 in the building. What Tua did in college and what he's been through in college has been a hell of a sports story. Not everybody is about that life. Not everybody is ready for the NFL life. His first pass in the NFL almost resulted in a safety or a pick. Almost. And I just don't see what the head coach, what the quarterback coach, what the offensive coordinator, what all these people saw on the offensive side of the ball said to themselves in a team meeting, hey, let's sit down Fitzy and let's start Tua. What the fuck? And the way that Ryan Fitzpatrick responded to hearing about the news and then sharing it with the media and with the sports fans out there, the guy is truly hurt. You talk about crushing young people dreams. You crushed this old man dream. This dude got 9 kids, I believe. 9. He's been an NFL journeyman. He's done everything everybody has asked him to do except shave his beard. Don't do it. Don't do it. Keep that motherfucker. Keep it. But I don't like the way that torch went down. That's not how I imagine Tua getting a starting job. Probably starting out 0-6. Hell, even 0-4. Starting out like that and Fitzy just looking horrible. Nobody's clicking. He's underthrowing. He's overthrowing. Routes are being ran the wrong way. Shit like that, then I could see Tua getting the job. But I don't know about this. This is one of those, I don't know. I don't know. And congratulations to him. Congrats to him and all that. But that's a hell of a role, hell of a job, and a hell of a thing to have happen. And if it doesn't go the right way in the first half for Tua, and you're the head coach, are you going to be folding your shoulders with your mask on, looking at Fitzy like warm up? If I was Fitzy, I wouldn't even look at the coach when that happens. Root him on. Root Tua on. I don't want nothing bad to happen to Tua or to the Dolphins on the offensive side of the ball. But when it comes to a player that is questioning this move, maybe you've been on a team where there was a move made, you just said, what the hell? Why? I mean, I really want to know more than his just, I had an intuition that this happened. You're not that intuitive, Rivera. No, come on now. Come on. Let's just be real with us and come on out here and spit it out the truth here. There's some more meaning behind this. I don't care what nobody say. There's some more to this story behind the scenes. It really is. I mean, just so much more. But I don't agree with the Fitzpatrick getting the boot in honor of Tua. I just don't see why. I didn't see any upside, especially with no damn preseason. Come on. You gambling right now for real. And I just left where the high rollers at, Vegas. Speaking of Vegas, I had an amazing time. An amazing time. A lot of people want to do things for themselves, don't get a chance to do nothing for themselves. But when you get a chance to do something for you and you have a great time. You know, when I was in my 20s, I thought Vegas was about gambling and fucking. You know, just going out there, gambling money and getting some hoes. That's what I thought Vegas was about. As I got older, still haven't been to Vegas. I'm hearing people's stories about them coming back from Vegas and what happened to them in Vegas. Seeing movies about Vegas, you know, from what happens in Vegas, The Hangover, Honeymoon in Vegas, Leaving Las Vegas, all these movies I've seen. And I said to myself, as I prepared and knew I was going to Vegas, I said to myself, let's just go with it. Whatever happens, we're going to roll with it. I didn't make any plans. I didn't go to any shows. I just let Vegas happen. And it was probably one of the best decisions I've made in quite some time. Because when I went to South Beach, Miami, I went there with a plan, with a plan. I didn't let it happen. When I went to Austin, Texas, I let it happen. When I went to Colorado, I let it happen. It was an itinerary going to the dispensaries, but there was no true schedule. So Vegas was really one on a trip by myself that I did everything that I wanted to do. I went everywhere where I wanted to go. But I tell you one thing I did not do in Vegas. I didn't eat that much. I ate 2 times in Vegas. That's it. I had a signature sandwich from a Vegas staple. I had some chicken wings from a Vegas casino. That was it. I swam. I wanted to go swimming. I had some ice cream. Awesome. I had 2 tour guides that are from St. Louis, David and Crystal. Thank y'all so much. I'm sorry, Daryl and Crystal. Thank y'all so much. I mean, when you find out there are people living in the city you're going to visit and they're from your hometown and they've been living there a while, reach out to them because they can show you a different side of the place that you're visiting. And they really did. I had a blast. I had an amazing time. But Vegas also brought something else out of me. I want to go to LA now because a lot of people I met in Vegas were from LA. They're like, oh, yeah, man, we come out here all the time. It's only a 4-hour drive. What? Say you're 3 hours and 15 minutes from touching the water from Vegas, driving. So my next trip, I'm going to LA. I'm going to LA. I was invited to go to what was that, Lake Tahoe, and we were going to leave the day and come back next Tuesday. But I was like, no. He's like, hey, it's on me, man. But it's on me. And we'll get your ticket right now. We got a place to stay, and I'll get you a ticket to St. Louis. The people there were so nice. I met some cool-ass people. I hung out with some cool-ass people. I even hung out with a group where they said, we're going to go get something to eat. We'll be right back. When they got back, my ass was up under the covers sleep. It's somebody else's room. He said, damn, Dre, you must have been tired. I was like, I don't even remember laying down. Don't even remember laying down at all. Vegas was a hell of a time. And yesterday, my 50th birthday, I didn't do shit for my 50th. Nothing. Maybe because I was tired. I don't know. But I just chilled and watched movies and played the video game and cooked dinner. Had a couple of drinks, and that was it. That was it. That was it. But 50, I still don't feel it yet. I don't think I look 50. Unless you see all them damn kids I got. You start doing the math. Wait a minute. How old are you? Yeah, got it. And also flying has changed. I don't think I want to fly no more to airlines and serving food again. Fuck that. I like eating on the plane. I like having a drink on the plane. Can't do that no more. It's the Rona done messed up a lot of things. It changed things, but we're still moving on. We're still surviving. And everybody was masked up in Vegas. That was awesome. Everybody had a mask. You had to have a mask on everywhere. Yesterday when I got home was the first time I had taken my mask off I got to the airport at 10 o'clock at night. And I got here yesterday at 10:30 in the morning. I had my mask on the entire time because everywhere you go, you got to keep that mask on. Everywhere you got to go. But that was fun, man. I really had a great time. Great time. And to all my Libras, until next year, we're going to do 30 days again. 30 days of Libra style. Now, them next folk up. I think them Scorpios up now. Happy birthday to you. If today is your birthday, shout out to you. Shout out to you. Look like we got a little liquid sunshine going on in the building today. We're still going to roll with the punches. I got to upload the podcast. I'm going to let you know what's on the podcast that I'm going to talk about. Charm City, a little bit more about Fitzpatrick. Also, Bubble Sports, how fun and awesome they have been. And a Vegas story that you're not going to believe. I still don't believe I sat and watched a $500 massage. That was probably the most off the wall, not even in my train of thought event that I saw. That wasn't even on the radar at all. Was not at all. But I'll let you guys get back to your Fist Pump Friday afternoon. Thank you again. I will upload the latest episode here soon today. If I get up here and do it, probably should do it right after this, shouldn't I, Dre? Yeah, we should do it right now. But thank you again. If you didn't know, I'm Dre Montez, host of Who's to Blame the podcast, which you can hear throughout wherever you listen to your podcast at, on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Podbean, as well as SoundCloud and Anchor. And also on our social media platforms. On Facebook, we have a page, Who's to Blame. Instagram, Who's to Blame the podcast. And Twitter, at W2B Dre Montez. Thank you. Thank you again for the birthday wishes. Awesome. Awesome. I kicked it for my 50th. Wouldn't have done any better. You guys have a great one. Thanks again.